the Ring Fanatics podcast, episode number 173. I'm Nick, your host. With me, as always, is my co host, Joel.
Yep.
As I start off every episode, press the subscribe button. We're almost at 300 subscribers, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow us on YouTube and on every single social media platform. It is Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, and wherever you listen to the audio versions of these podcasts. Um, and give us any support as we can. This episode, we're talking about AEW All In, taking place
Ooh.
this Sunday, August 25th, live in Wembley Stadium in the UK.
Yes, sir.
Um, so how excited are you for this pay per view?
Oh,
The second one,
I'm pumped for this.
yeah,
I didn't think they were gonna get me this year because it kind of started off slow with the build up. And I was like,
Y-
oh, okay, gonna have the Wembley show will be cool. We'll have like two good matches. They got me. Well, I'm all in,
yeah,
baby. I'm
yeah,
all in.
exactly. Yeah,
How you
I
feeling
mean,
about it?
I'm excited too, but it's like last year's was great. From top to bottom, I just want to see how or if they can top last year's.
I
That's
I
what I'm
think
thinking.
I think this card is a better card.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like on paper, yes, of course, it's
Yeah.
better. But like again, last year was great, but let's see if it can top that. I feel like it could, it definitely could. It has a
Oh,
potential to
most
do so.
definitely. Most
Um,
definitely.
so I'm excited for it. A lot of story going into it.
Yep.
A lot of big matchups. Heading. I mean, yes, the stories are a lot better this year than last year, but I felt like the wrestling was good. That's why I
Yeah.
said that. But so yeah, we shall see with that. Obviously next year they announced last week that next year is going to be in Texas. So
So real
this is.
quick, how you feel about that?
I had a feel. I mean, it makes sense to be honest. I know Tony Khan said it might just be the next year that's going to be in Texas and back to Wembley. So that's awesome. It makes sense too.
Yeah.
Um, people. I saw the date on it too. It was in the middle of July. Um, instead of August. So I'm guessing because of I'm thinking that they're not going to do Forbidden Door next year. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Because they're also doing Wrestle Dynasty in the beginning of the year, so that's already out. Like, not almost done with, but that's already taken care of, so they don't have to do Forbidden Door, and then
Definitely. Yeah, I feel you.
then they have time to build up from between Double or Nothing for to All In to build up a story for there. So it's awesome.
I I actually like that it's gonna be in the middle of July because we're gonna have Double or Nothing, which is gonna lead into All In, which
Yeah,
then you could build up to All Out,
exactly,
and you
exactly. You
don't
have
have
time.
to rush. Last year was a
Exactly.
week. This year's two
It's 2
weeks.
weeks.
A
Now
month
it's
and
like
a
a
half
month
is
and a
good.
half. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
think it's
awesome.
perfect. Yeah, I think it's perfect. I think and it also I also like that they're doing Texas. I know a lot of people were giving them shit because the numbers weren't as good as last year with the ticket sales. But
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
do Mania in Philly again next year. Are you gonna get the big numbers you got? You know what I
They're
mean?
taking a break from
It,
it. Yeah.
yeah, and I think if you do, if they do go back to Wembley, maybe every other year, maybe every
That's
2 years.
probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
like bring it to the states here and there, and then also, who knows if it's just Wembley? Maybe every year is a new destination. Maybe I did see a report them talking about Australia and going
Hmm.
more into that. Maybe that's the pay per view to do it.
Maybe.
Maybe
I
every
feel like
other
that's also
year's
next year.
international.
I
Well,
think.
Australia.
Yeah. I think it's also going to be next year, but I wonder
Well, they
what they're
haven't
going to do with
announced
that.
anything, so that's why
Yeah.
I'm like they might be looking into the future and thinking about all in, like that might be their traveling big stadium show.
Yeah.
Middle of the
Probably.
summer makes sense.
Their mania, so to
Yeah,
speak. Yeah.
yeah.
But they go all in. No pun intended, but all in with their stadium
No, yeah,
stuff.
definitely. I'm excited about it, man. I think the Texas show is gonna be cool. I'm definitely trying to make that trip down there. We'll talk about that,
Oh
Nick.
yeah.
But
We'll talk about that. Hmm.
All in is gonna be dope.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, let's get into this year's card
Let's
instead of
do
looking
it.
to the future.
Let's do it.
Um, let's get right into it. First match on the card is the Fatal 4-Way London Ladder match for the Trios Championships. Christian Cage and the Patriarchy defend their belts against the Bang Bang Gang, House of Black, and a fourth team, which is going to happen on Saturday in Collision, but they already pre-taped it, so we know who's going to be.
Yeah.
Do you know who's going to be, or did you
Yeah,
not see spoilers?
I saw it by mistake, to be honest. That
Okay,
was the only spoiler I saw, and I
so
was mad
spoil
that I saw it. But
Me too, a little bit, but spoiler alert for those who watch Collision. If you want to watch Collision, don't want to find out spoilers, skip ahead of this match. Y'all been warned. But the fourth team that's in this match is the team of Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Pac. What are your thoughts on that pairing, first of all? Because that's an interesting pairing.
Uh, it's cool. I'm not mad at it. Um, it feels like they're just giving Pac something to do.
I
They
mean,
could
yeah,
have
kind of
gave.
does.
I
Yeah.
get it. The Lucha Bros are gone, but like you could have built him up a new team. You didn't have to
I
do
mean,
it just in one like a
I'm
month.
thinking that he might be in Blackpool Combat Club. I think that's what they're gonna do.
Well, he
I'm not
should
saying they're
be.
winning it, but like I think it makes sense to have him be a part of that group since
Oh
he's the only one
yeah,
from England.
a thousand
Um,
percent. That's what makes me nervous about this match because I feel like they're gonna give it to them,
a little bit,
but
yeah.
House of Black deserves it.
Well,
I love
I don't have House
Christian.
of Black winning.
Christian and the Patriarchy is awesome. The Bang Bang Club is amazing. House of Black needs these belts.
I have the Bang Bang Gang winning this.
Oh, okay.
Well, it depends on what match happens first. I'll say that because I know the Gauntlet, not Battle Royal, sorry, Gauntlet match is also happening. If
Yes.
this ladder match happens before the Gauntlet, what I see happening is the Bang Bang Gang winning via the help of Jay White.
Okay.
Um, there were reports this week that he's somewhat close to returning to the ring, or he is going to return to the ring soon. Um, so I kind of feel like that's setting up. That'll set up his return to the ring. Like, yeah, we got our titles back. I don't know if the reason why they lost it because of his injury. Even though they had that Freebird rule thing going on,
Yeah.
but I think it'd be cool to give it back to them, and then do that again. So that way they can say that Juice kind of won it instead of just being handed the
I
belt
feel
like
you.
the last
Yeah.
time. Um, but I mean, I agree with you with House of Black. They do deserve it. I wouldn't be mad if they won it.
Yeah, they
But
need
I just feel
something,
like,
man. They just need
yeah,
something.
yeah,
Even if it's
they
for a month, like just give it to them.
at this point they feel like how do I say it? They shouldn't not like one of those filler people, but it kind of feels like that if they're not winning a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It
Well,
just
what
feels
happens
like they're
is
just there
with
to be there.
them, what happens with them is they win. Is just when the big match comes around, they lose.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. 100%.
That's what hurts them.
Of
But
course.
that's why I think they need this win. I think they deserve this win also. Like this would be a big moment for them to win this ladder match.
Well, 100%. I mean, this is different. I mean, we've never seen a six-person ladder match at all. I mean, I'm it's gonna be like every other ladder match we've seen, but it's like that's 12 people if I'm doing the math correctly in one
Yeah,
match.
have we seen like a 3-on-3-on-3-on-3?
We've seen tag team ladder matches. I know
Yeah,
that.
we've seen tag team and we've seen like four tag teams all together, but we've never seen like trios.
Yeah. So do all three of them gotta climb up to grab it? Is it? I'm assuming it's probably gonna be like regular rules if one person grabs all three of
Yeah.
them. But it's like, damn, three people.
I mean, and shout out, they got the king of the ladder matches in there. Christian Cage,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. I mean, I'm definitely gonna. He's definitely gonna like find his way to not wrestle during the match.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're gonna see him much during.
Nah, I think we will. He'll get a beat down.
Oh,
He
of
he
course,
hasn't
yeah,
been touched. He hasn't been touched this whole build up. So he's definitely getting a
yeah,
beat down.
yeah. Um, I mean, there's definitely gonna be a lot of cool spots. We have two big ass dudes in Brody King and Luchasaur or Killswitch.
Yeah.
Um, so that's gonna be a great matchup to see. A lot of high flying stuff between Pac, Buddy, Nick Wayne doing all this stuff. Again, I love the patriarchy, but it's like it's time to give this up too. It's just for the sake of here you go, here are the belts. You've
Yeah.
had your run. Now it's time for the actual trios to get these belts.
No, yeah, definitely. I think they're taking this L. Like I said, I think Christian was really given this belt just to like get another accolade, which I'm fine with because it like fits into the storyline. It wasn't like they just did it just to do it. I like
Yeah.
that actually built to something. Like
If you
the
think about it, since he's returned to the ring, he's won the Impact World Championship, two-time TNT Championship, and a Trios Champion, which is insane.
yep.
Um, so
He said
it's
he's trying to get all the belts.
yeah,
He said
yeah. I
he's trying
mean,
to hold all the belts at least once.
yeah, that's true. He literally has every single champ, the Continental three belts left. He has to carry,
Yeah, I mean,
which would
I'm
be sick.
surprised he hasn't dipped his toe into Ring of Honor yet, but
I mean, I feel like that. I feel like he probably would. I
down the
mean,
yeah,
especially Nick Wayne. I mean,
yeah, and
Nick Wayne.
they're starting to like try and rebuild ROH to try and give it like a new
Yeah,
facelift, but we'll see what happens with
I could
that.
definitely see them giving Nick Wayne that like Athena and Billy Starks type treatment, to where like Christian Cage is Athena, and then Nick Wayne's Billy Stark. The age difference,
Yeah,
and the try to build him up that way.
because
Um,
that's a cool storyline. If you somehow give Christian the ROH title and you have Nick Wayne take it off of him,
ooh,
that's a good
Christian Cage
way
versus
to
Mark Briscoe, final battle.
listen, man. I'm all for it. Anything that gets Christian on another belt, I'm down with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, I think Bang Bang Gang is winning this.
Man, I got House of Black, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that either. I mean, and I wouldn't be mad at any group except for Claudio, Wheeler
I was
Yuta,
gonna
and
say
Pac.
I'm fine with anybody but
Them two.
Blackpool, and guess what? They're gonna be the ones that are gonna win it.
Oh
I
God,
already know it. I have the feeling.
I'm gonna record that reaction. So
I'm gonna
that's
just
gonna suck if that happens.
be standing there and just be like, "What the fuck are we watching?"
Yeah, really, really. Yeah, they're definitely gonna win now because you said that shit. Um,
I hope not.
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna get that like hometown treatment for Pac.
Yeah,
They have a few English wrestlers on the card, so um, they should be fine with this. I don't think they'll give it to Pac
nah, but
right
he'll
now.
have a good showing.
Yeah, they'll definitely for sure. So yeah, I got Bang Bang Gang. Next match on the card is the Casino Gauntlet match, where the winner is guaranteed a future title shot.
Uh huh.
Um, so the rules of this match, for those who've not seen one of these matches, two men start off in the ring. Every 60 or 90 seconds, a new superstar enters. There's unlimited superstars wrestlers in this match. The match will end until someone gets a pinfall or submission for the win. Um, and again, there's going to be a limited number of wrestlers. Orange Cassidy is starting the match at number one. Hangman and Page is going to be in this match. I'm assuming Kyle O'Reilly, Mark Briscoe, and Roderick Strong are going to be in it because they kind of tease it a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, what are your thoughts on this match? I mean, there's not really much to bounce off of.
I really have no expectations for this match. I really just want to enjoy it. I
Yeah.
actually want to see what they're gonna do with this
Do you
because I
think
feel
there's going to
like
be people returning, debuting, or just showing up one time?
I think they're gonna get some guys from the UK. I think we're gonna get some Rev Pro guys in there.
Michael Oku, that guy?
Yeah, to get the crowd's reaction. I think that's gonna be cool. And I think they're gonna actually try to sign some of them. So it actually makes sense to have them on this show and give them the spotlight. Because of course, yeah, everybody at Wembley's gonna know them, but this is your time to introduce them to everybody
To,
else that doesn't know.
yeah. I mean, there's definitely going to be a few people. What's his name? Grado? Grado?
Yeah,
Grado? He showed up last year. And that would be a great way to start the match, him versus OC.
yeah.
Um, but there's definitely gonna be I feel definitely gonna be a couple of debuts. Ricochet also signed earlier today,
I
so
also saw that. I don't know how much I believe that. We'll see what I'll believe him when he shows up.
yeah, yeah, that is true. Um,
But maybe this is where he shows up.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I
That's
mean,
what I'm
I'm
thinking.
kind of hoping Nigel throws himself in this
Oh, that'd be insane.
and
Imagine he wins it.
wins. But I
Yeah,
feel like that would kind of give away,
the winner of the
kind
main
of
event.
yeah, you
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
yo, Brian's got away. You know what I mean? That's like, come on.
yeah. I
But
kind of feel like
we're gonna get to that. But you watched AEW last night, right?
yeah, I did
Was it me or were they teasing that heavy in that
a
main
little
event
bit.
segment? Okay, okay.
I
I thought
thought
that
that
was
too.
crazy. I was watching it. I was like,
But the thing
okay,
is, though, is like we don't know when this person is gonna get their title shot.
yeah,
My guess is probably going to be at All Out.
That would
because we
be
already have Darby Allin who's getting a shot at Grand Slam in a month. So, you know what I mean? I don't think that he's getting
yeah.
his even though technically Darby won his first, you know, I feel like someone whoever wins this match is gonna like is someone who we clearly know is not gonna win it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So maybe if they surprise us and give us Hangman,
That's what I was gonna
okay,
say because
yeah,
Hangman is like the favorite right now.
yeah. So I'm not saying he's not gonna win it. I'm not gonna take him out of the picture here, but if it is for All Out, I don't think Hangman versus Danielson or Swerve will be a 2 week build. You know,
Well,
they got to build it up much longer than 2 weeks.
I don't think you
I
need
mean,
to.
kind of. I will give the exception for Swerve because we've already seen that feud.
Yeah,
We already know the
that's
feud.
what I was gonna say. With Swerve, I feel
Yeah,
like they could just pick it back up because they've already teased it so many times that I actually thought it was gonna be Brian and Hangman. Hangman was gonna win.
yeah. But if Hangman wins this match, that also gives it away. Like, you know what I mean?
Does it? Because now the whole story could be that he wanted to fight Swerve, but now he has to fight Brian if Brian wins.
Ooh,
You could do a
that's
little
also true.
storyline like that. You know what I mean? That like he'll fight Brian, but he don't really want to fight Brian. He really wants to fight Swerve. Maybe he gives his title shot up. You know what I mean? Maybe they.
Yeah, maybe it's a triple threat.
That's why with this I'm interested, like heavy, because I want to see what they're gonna do with this. Because like you said, Darby Ray got his title shot coming up.
Yeah,
So like, who are they gonna put in this spot?
yeah. Because like you could definitely build up, you know, Darby versus the champion from All Out to Grand Slam.
Yeah, you could definitely build that, but who would it be?
That's why I said before it's probably someone who we know we're not going to win the championship at All Out if that's the
Yeah.
case. Because my guess, the winner of this match was Kyle O'Reilly. That's someone
Okay.
who can, or Roderick Strong,
To
someone who
be
can go for it but not win it.
Yeah, to be honest, I think they shouldn't have this match at All Out.
There should have been,
To be honest, the champion shouldn't be on All Out. If
yeah,
anything, put them in a tag match. I think Okada should main event All Out. That should be the big title match for
him
All
versus
Out.
Claudio
Yeah, you do that rematch. That main
for
event's
sure.
it. That's a big match. You know what I mean? And you give them
Yeah.
you do an Iron Man match.
Ooh,
A
that's a
60-minute
fire.
Iron, that's a good way to build it. You don't need the
Yeah,
world title on the card. They already fought 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
again, you could put them in there like a tag match, 6-man, just to get them on the card so that
exactly.
the
Yeah.
fans see them. But you don't need a title match 2 weeks after.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so this should really be they should really announce this and the winner gets at what's the next one? Revolution? Or yeah, Revolution.
Wrestle Dream.
Okay, so Wrestle Dream, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's All Out, Wrestle Dream, Full Gear, World End.
Yeah. So like I
So
hope that they announce it on Sunday. Like, yo, whoever wins gets a title shot at this and
or by world next week's Dynamite. I mean, they gotta address this because
yeah.
like it's kind of confusing at this point to be like, I we already have a challenger going for that Grand Slam. When is this one gonna happen?
Yeah, well, this just makes you the number one contender.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Maybe they don't have an idea of when they're gonna do it, or they have an idea and they just don't want to announce it.
yeah,
Because I mean, you still gotta have the person whoever wins this build up with um whoever wins from All Out, but then you can also have it build up with Darby,
yeah. That is true.
and you could
Yeah,
do like them watching the match at Grand Slam from the crowd. You know what I mean? Like them watching who's gonna win, who's gonna be champion for the pay per view. That makes sense.
yeah. That does. That
Yeah,
does.
because then it's like, yo, they're skipping over Darby if they get it before him.
Yeah,
For that,
it's
you
like
give
what?
them at Grand Slam and you give Darby All Out.
That is true. Then,
That's why I kind of feel like the title's not gonna be on the line at
but
All
wouldn't
Out.
that spoil his match though? Because it'd be like, oh, if he's going for the world title, then is he gonna win the TNT championship?
Wait, who?
Darby.
With Darby?
Yeah.
We could have a double champ.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I'm not
We've
saying that
never
like they
had one,
can.
but it could
Yeah,
happen.
that
And
is
that
true.
would actually be kind of a good build up.
Ooh, Darby is double champ.
Be like, you might be the face of the company or the champion of the company. I am the pillar of this company.
Yeah, that is
Boom,
yeah,
right there. This is the real champion. Whatever champion I'm holding, that's the real title.
Yeah,
You can have him, give him some confidence, give him some,
a boost of
yeah. But yeah, I'm
um
excited to see what happens with this. I just don't know what's gonna happen with this.
yeah. There's that like I don't know who because I'm definitely gonna see like we're definitely gonna see a couple of like AEW already like on the roster that's like not like big of a name.
Yeah,
Like um I feel like we could see a Ricky Starks show up. I think
yeah.
Tony Khan said today he's still under contract.
I mean, that's the person I had till all these rumors popped up.
Yeah.
And everybody
So
was like, "Oh," and then I saw somebody that was like, "Yo, breaking news: NXT is interested in Ricky Starks." Yeah, no shit. Come on, this
yeah,
guy has so much charisma. They they messed up not signing him 5 years ago.
I
Like,
know.
come on,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
now they're interested. No shit. Like that was the same thing with. I know it's off topic, but yesterday I think John Cena signed like a deal past 2025, and everybody was like, "Yeah, Cena WWE for life." And I was like, if you didn't know that
yeah.
already, if you didn't
Exactly.
think
Like,
Cena was gonna sign a Hall of Fame deal, I don't know what to tell you. I don't
I
know
mean, yeah.
what
I
to
mean,
tell
why
you.
why wouldn't they want to keep Cena on the roster?
Yeah,
Like, what Cena, the guy that gives them the
exactly.
most
It's
money?
Cena, bro.
Yeah,
Like, come
it's
on.
yeah.
You gonna
But
let him
yeah, yeah,
sign somewhere else as a legend? Get out of
yeah, for sure. Imagine you
here.
showed them in AEW.
That'd be
Oh god,
nuts.
that
But
yeah, that
I think if there is a person, because I think that's a good match. Like I think if you're getting away from Swerve, if you gonna give Swerve a break from the title, because shout out Swerve, man. He's
yeah.
did an amazing job. I've loved his run so far. If he loses it, I wouldn't be too mad. Because he did have a long, lengthy run and it was very good. He had great
Hmm.
matches. Um, but if he loses to Darby, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like you could make sense of it, and you
Yeah.
could do Ricky and Darby. You could do Ricky and Swerve. That's
Ooh,
yo.
there's so many.
That's a money match right there.
Yeah,
You
there's
know
so
what I
many
mean?
possibilities you can do, and it's like shit.
Cause
All these are
that one
good.
you could do the same thing as Darby. Be like, yo, like this is my house.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
just jump over here. You know what I mean? You could give him that storyline of like, and that's a good way to get him into the title picture. Now people would be like, oh, he's just getting the title so that they keep him. Nah, because Ricky's leaving once his contract's done.
For yeah,
Even if he
yeah,
gets the title, he'll get the title, do a little run, and then he'll dip. He's going
yeah.
to WWE. We talked about this. Certain guys have the dream of wrestling at Mania. If they get an offer, jump at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just
Like,
take it. Just
hell
take it.
yeah. So it makes sense that he's gonna leave. But I think you give him a little run before he leaves.
We could
He deserves
definitely
like he with the shit that he's been through since AEW started. Give him a title run.
they can also see Daniel Garcia also come back and win this because he's also someone
That's
with
also
contract
that's also
things going
someone that
on.
was supposed to have a match at this card, and they
Yeah,
just went right by it. Which I think the winner of that match is gonna fight him at All Out.
probably,
But I'm not sure
probably.
about that. But he could come back and win this.
Who knows? Because again, they wrote him off by saying he got attacked like that. But like, who knows? They
Yeah.
could really extend that time
Who
period of him being
attacked him?
gone.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
There's so
you
many
know what I mean?
possibilities with this match.
Yeah, of course, of course. But there's so many that guy. I don't. I mean, there's also someone that's like I don't know who's gonna win it, but
Yeah,
we shall see. And this is gonna be very fun. You know what I
yeah,
mean? We've seen these before, and they were fun in the past. Um. So yeah, we
yeah. I'm
we shall
excited
see
for
with
this one.
this. Next match on the card is for the TNT Championship. Jack Perry defending his belt against Darby Allin in a coffin match. Um, what are your thoughts on this? The coffin match. It's pretty exciting.
I
That's
like this idea with the coffin
yeah,
match. I'm
yeah.
I just don't know. I kind of feel like Jack Perry's gonna win.
I have Jack Perry winning this.
Right? Like it makes sense for him to win. Like he also just got the TNT title.
Yeah,
Keep it on him for a little bit. He just changed it, which is a fire look. Yeah,
yeah.
give this to Jack Perry.
And plus on top of that, which is when going back to Darby Allin getting that AEW World Title shot.
Why
You
is
know
he
what
in
I
this
mean?
match? Yeah.
Exactly, because I was confused at first because he got both title shots the same fucking week.
Yeah.
It was Blood and Guts during the match. He got this match, and then the world title that Rampage.
And he's
And I'm
gonna
like,
lose both.
yeah. I mean, no, because I think no, you got me tricked there. I don't think he's winning this match. but I do think it is possible for him the world title. Um,
I don't I don't know about him with the world
because
title.
the thing is though, like Wrestle Dream, I'm not I'm, I'm not saying he's gonna win at Grand Slam. I think he's winning it at Wrestle Dream.
Okay.
Wrestle Dream is taking place in Washington, which is where Darby's from, which is also where Swerve is from and Danielson.
Mhm.
So my theory is that he's probably gonna get like a screwy finish at Grand Slam, leading to a Wrestle Dream match, possibly 1-on-1 with either Danielson or Swerve or triple threat. And that's where he wins it. And I genuinely think that's a possibility. Would it be a waste of a reign if Danielson loses it then? He's retiring this year anyways. He's got to lose it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like not on Sunday, but he's retiring at the end of this year regardless.
Yeah.
He's not even signed right now.
No.
So it won't be that big of a deal for Danielson if he
Yeah.
loses it.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
So
I actually think he's gonna face Perry at Wrestle Dream, and that's where he's gonna win the TNT title. I think
okay.
Perry's gonna cost him the match at Grand Slam. I think somehow, some way, him and the Bucks and EVPs are still gonna have this storyline,
Mhm.
and they're gonna just screw him out. And I think that's when we'll see him take the title off of Jack Perry. But you do make a good point of him having the title.
Because I do feel like it was weird. There was a reason why they gave him two title shots in the same week.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just give him a world title shot when he hasn't had this match yet. There's, you know what I mean? Then you have
But that's what
another
I'm
number one
saying. That's
contender.
why it has to tie in together. That's why I'm like, it
Probably,
has to tie in together somehow, some way. But I wouldn't be
possibly.
mad if he won at Wrestle Dream. But I wouldn't be mad if he also beat Perry at Wrestle Dream for the TNT title. Either way,
Yeah,
I think he's getting a title soon. Either way, a title is going on him soon.
this guy does
Which one
deserve
is
one.
it? Huh?
He does deserve a title. Like
No, yeah,
guy's been
definitely, definitely,
doing everything, man.
yeah. And you
Um,
know what? They are in the era of like the new faces right now
yeah.
for AEW getting the titles, which I'm all for. I'm all for that. So maybe you do give it to Darby. You could give it to Darby before you give it to Ricky. That's crazy.
But that's the thing with Ricky. We don't know if he's gonna stay or not. So that's like a big up in the air type thing. Because you have a AEW for life right there in Darby Allen. He ain't going
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah, he's
Um,
chilling.
yeah. So I think that's the best person to give it to at the moment. You
Yeah,
know.
it makes sense. Damn.
But yeah, I do think it is too soon for Perry to even lose it on Sunday.
Yeah, that's why I got Perry winning this.
Yeah, I think people are expecting the advantage for Darby because it is his style of match in the coffin match. But it also is technically, I think it's no DQ, so we could see interferences.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, well, I heard Sting's gonna be in the UK this weekend.
Ooh, so
I don't
that
know if
could
he's making an
possibly
appearance. I don't know what, but he's gonna AEW's flying him out.
he
Um,
could he could
it
be
would be
involved
a
in this too.
cool little pop up help Darby, but then Darby gotta win.
Yeah.
If Sting shows up, there's no way Sting shows up and he loses.
So I don't think Sting's showing up. No,
No, it has to be the EVPs to help.
or
Um,
at least Okada to help him win.
what what if we got like a big return? But I don't know how long Kenny hasn't been cleared in a minute, right? He had back surgery, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't rush it if I were them though,
No, I wouldn't rush it, but that's a cool
because
moment.
yeah, it would be cool to see. Yes, but it's like if he's not that cleared yet, keep
Yeah,
him home. You know what
but
I
yeah,
mean?
there's no one that you could put out there right now. There has to
Y-
be somebody that the EVPs would just be like, whoa, and flee. You know what I mean? There's no one like that.
It has to be Okada because again, he's not on the card. So
Yeah,
unless they have Okada come out, help Perry, and then there you go. Like that's the person. That's how he retains, and it's
I
not
guess.
fair.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, so then
makes
he gets
sense.
technically he has if he doesn't win the AEW World Title, he has a rematch for this belt on the line. Which he will come back to eventually. Uh, but yeah, I got to be Perry.
Yeah, I think so.
But this is gonna be insane. I think last year's wasn't it a tag team match? Was it Swerve and Christian Cage versus Darby and Sting?
Oh man, I think so. Which is a crazy lineup that you just said.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it Christian and Swerve? Yeah.
it was two people. I know it was Christian. I know that for sure. But
That's insane.
that
That's a
is
crazy match. Now that I think about it.
yeah.
And shout
Looking
out
back,
to Jack Perry, man. He was on the pre-show last year. Shout out to him making it on the card.
yeah, and Cry Me a River.
Yeah, facts.
you
Someone won't bully him this year. But
know,
we'll
I
see. He
know.
has to go through a match with fucking Darby Allin. I think I'd rather
Mm,
be put in a headlock by CM Punk with his frail arms than
yeah,
fight
but
this guy.
there's no glass here, so I don't know if like
Well, we'll see.
oh
We'll see with
yeah.
Darby out there. We'll see. That guy
Uh,
brings everything in the kitchen sink. He be wildin'.
what will Darby Allen jump off of this time
That's
that
the
can get him?
question.
Yeah,
That's the question. I think he's going to
yeah.
the jumbotron. That'd be wild.
Oh my god, dude, that's insane.
He wouldn't be
With
able to. They wouldn't let him. They'll be
Darby
like,
is
"Yo,
so
that's like a you're broadcasting something that this guy could die from if he jumps off something that high."
he is so unpredictable
Yeah,
that where like he can do anything and it'd be like, oh, of course that's Darby, but again,
yeah,
like, oh shit, that's Darby.
and
You know what I mean?
that's why he's an AEW lifer, like you said, because anybody else would be like, "You're not doing that. You're
Yeah,
not. No, we're not letting you." Like, do you know what the sponsors will say?
yeah, yeah. But
Which makes sense because he be wild.
yeah, that's insane. He may jump off. I don't know. I don't know.
It's gonna
There's
be insane. It's
We have to see
gonna,
the setup
yeah.
to see what he's gonna do. But I could definitely see him doing a coffin drop with Perry in it from a high range. I don't know, but
Something
we shall see.
nuts. Yeah,
Something, yeah,
something nuts is gonna happen. Let's just say that.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I got Jack Perry retaining his belt.
Yeah,
There's
same.
no way. Um, but big glow up by the way for Jack Perry from last year's FTW Championship to this year,
Facts.
which which is a match I don't want to talk about either. The
Which
FTW
one?
belt, the Jericho versus Hook.
Oh, it's Hook. I don't know, to be honest.
I don't care to be honest. That's my thought. Like if I well
Question: you don't care about Hook? You don't care about Jericho?
no
You
no
don't
no
care
no no.
about the
I
belt?
do care about Hook. I don't
Okay.
care if he wins the belt.
Okay.
Like, I'll say this real quick. Get him out the FTW picture. I get it. He's Taz's son. Taz created the belt. I understand the history. I totally get it. Does he need to be in that picture? Not a single chance anymore. He deserves to be the one to take the title off of Perry, if anything.
Yeah.
If it's not Darby, it's Hook. And Jericho,
You're right.
I love the character. This feud's been going on since April.
Yeah.
Since April, and I'm tired of it. Both of them need to get separated, go their separate ways. Even if Hook does win the belt again,
It,
have him face somebody else after this pay per view. You know what
you're
I
right.
mean?
You're right. But you want to hear something that is kind of tough to hear, though? This is all Hook's fault. Hook, for some reason, can't get over with the crowd. And they've been trying hard. They've been trying hard with these promos. And I don't know what it
I
is
know.
about him. I don't even believe him. And I love Hook. And I'm trying
Yeah.
to be a fan. This is what happened with Vince when he had Taz. He didn't know how to book him. No one knew how to book Taz except Heyman.
Hook is the type
N-
of guy that doesn't really need to speak. Like
But
before he spoke, it was just like, oh, it's Hook. He
yeah,
went in there, beat everyone up, left. That was it.
but you can only do that for so long. Look at Goldberg. You can
Yeah.
only do that for so long. It worked for a while. Think about it. It worked for a while. His shirt
Yeah.
sold out before he even had a match.
Yeah.
He had people loved him. And then they started doing more with him, putting him on the mic, trying to see, okay, because then it started getting old. Him coming out, beating people up, and he was just fighting jobbers. So it was like, all right, we got to give this guy personality. Because that's what it is now with wrestling. People want personality. They don't want just somebody that beats people up. Look at how
Yeah.
people look at Brock. They hate him because he just comes in and fights people. There's no real storyline. There's more story on the other person than Brock.
Yeah, I
So
guess
Hook
so.
is
I'm
Hook's in a situation that is just like he's too small to build like a monster, but he doesn't look intimidating like Taz. That it's something that could slide by.
yeah,
Taz was short, but also he was bulky. He had no neck. He had one muscles. Hook like looks like a guy that's just taking the train every day. You know what I mean? Like I've probably
yeah,
seen like 15 guys that look like Hook.
yeah.
So it's kind of tough to make him intimidating when there's nothing there. He needs to put on muscle.
Something.
He
Yeah,
needs to put on muscle, and I think that's when people will take him seriously. And to be honest, I think Hook needs to go to WWE.
yeah.
He
Because
needs Paul. His character needs Paul Heyman's writing.
hmm
That's the only guy that can help Hook right now, because the way that they're trying. Like I've seen that they're trying with him. They're giving him more promo time in the ring, backstage. You know what I mean? Like he's more on camera, but it's like, bro, it don't even sound like you believe what you're saying.
yeah.
How am I supposed to believe it? So I
The
think
thing.
he needs some
uh,
confidence. I think even without the muscle and stuff, I think if he gets a little confidence in him, he'll be better, and then it'll be a little easier to book him.
it just feels like the only reason why he's there is for that belt, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the what has gotten to this point. You
Which I
know?
get it, his father's legacy and all of that,
Yeah.
but
He
I don't
doesn't
know.
need it
They
anymore.
no, but even then, like if you can't book him against Jericho, who is the easiest guy to hate, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be tough
Yeah.
booking him against other people.
Yeah.
Especially that you want him to be like this big, bright baby face and be like, oh, he comes in and saves people. It's gonna be tough.
He should be in Blackpool Combat Club.
That's
It's a
also a
group.
conversation you could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
What he
something
needs, he
to
needs
make
a
him more
vet
tough.
around him. He needs a vet around him.
Like on his corner.
Yeah, when they
Yeah.
had Team Taz, that was perfect for him. It was
Yeah.
perfect because he was able to like get Taz's knowledge, but also Taz was his manager, but also he was managing the group. But what happened with that group was there was no veterans for Hook to like lean on.
Yeah.
It wasn't like one of Jericho's crew where Jericho's the top guy. Then they had Jack Hager there that is also a vet that you could bounce stuff off of. You know what I mean? Like it's tough when it was just a bunch of young guys in that group.
If you put Hook in BCC, you got three great vets there,
Exactly.
and you could definitely have Mox or Claudio by
To
his
be
corner.
to be honest, kick Wheeler out. Kick him out and replace him with Hook.
Exactly.
I've said
Exactly.
I've said Daniel Garcia deserved that spot. But
Yeah,
right now Hook needs that spot.
he does.
Cuz guess
1000%.
what? I even though I don't care about Hook right now, I care about him way more than I care about Wheeler. You know what I mean? Get him out of here. Get
Yeah,
him out of here.
sad truth, but
Yeah, be like, yo, we tried with you, and look at what Swerve did to him 2 weeks ago
yeah,
or last week.
yeah,
Look what he did to him.
yeah.
That's crazy that they let that happen on
Wiped him
TV.
on the floor.
Yeah, like get him out of there. Be like, yo, we tried to train you, we tried to take you under the wing, and then look at what he did to you. You're out, and then kick him
Yeah,
out, and bring Hook in.
he becomes the better version of Yuta. Like Yuta was supposed to happen.
Yeah, give him, let Brian go, get his surgery, come back to manage Hook in
Exactly.
BCC. Boom.
Exactly. 1000%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Jack Perry win this match.
Yeah, Jack Perry.
But
We went
yeah,
off topic, but
yeah.
Jack Perry.
But yeah, next match on the card is the triple threat match for the
Mm.
AEW World Tag Team Championships. The Young Bucks will take on FTR and the Acclaimed. I got a theory for this match, but I want to
Go
have
for
you
it.
go first.
Nah, go for it. Tell me your theory.
Before, well, first off, a couple things out of the way. I think it was supposed to be Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros, but it would have been an awesome match for this card. I get why they didn't do FTR versus Young Bucks one on team versus team. They did it last year. You've seen it like 4 times this year, something like that. So I get it. Little change up between that matchup. You add in the Acclaimed in this one, the running story. The first thing I thought of was
Okay.
the Acclaimed. I feel like the reason why they were in this is because I think they're getting the pin, or they're getting pinned. They're the one that's getting pinned. I feel
Okay.
like. I want them to win, yes, but
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of feel like why they're in it. So that way, FTR and Young Bucks they continue their feud. Like, yeah, they didn't get neither of them got pinned. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's why in the future, be like, yeah, we beat you for the belt, but we didn't get pinned, type of thing. But I don't know if we're on the same page here, because
Okay.
when I said theory, I don't know if you're thinking of anything, but um, I think Young Bucks are retaining, but they're getting help, not by outside interference, by someone in this match. I think Max Caster is turning heel and joining the Elite
Mm,
because he has that arrogant presence
the
to
best
him
wrestler in the
already.
world.
Yeah, and
Mm,
we've seen them as heels in the beginning of their tag team run in AEW. They're obnoxious. He can get under your skin. Um, and if he turns on Bowens, it gives them both great singles runs. You get to see Bowens by himself, and it adds an extra person to the Elite, and potentially he can go after another belt, the international belt. Or if uh, Okada loses the Continental Championship to Claudio, he can go for the international belt, and Caster can go for Claudio. But I do think if Max turns on Anthony Bowens, that's something that people won't see coming.
no,
And
not at all.
and exactly, so I think if that happens, it sucks to say because I love the acclaimed. Everyone
Wow.
loves the acclaimed, but I think that'd be a great mix-up for both of their careers to start off their singles run. And I think Max fits in the Elite. If you just put Max by
Yeah.
himself with
No.
nobody, I don't think that would be a great start for him personally.
Yeah.
And that would be a great start to a babyface Bowens. So this opportunity's right there. They just gotta do it.
It does. That is a good idea. That does make sense. I actually, you threw a curveball at me because I looked at this match, and when I've seen this match getting built up, I'm like, oh, two vets, one young team. The young team's going over. This is like here you go. This is a making of a tag
Yeah.
team. That's how I look at it.
I wouldn't mind that either, to be
I
honest,
look at
but
it as like a making of a tag team. I think, because the acclaimed, I think this is a big moment for them if they win this match.
it would be.
This is a fire moment. Like, I do like your idea though, but I think you could keep them together a little bit longer. But it does
Yeah.
make sense that he fits with the Elite so much, especially with the way that he's been cutting promos lately. It makes perfect sense.
And have you seen his social media? Like, he acts arrogant to fans as a babyface.
Yeah,
And it's like, you shouldn't be acting like that if you're trying to be a good guy. But
yeah.
he's not. Um,
Damn, now you're
so
making me rethink this. I'm gonna still go with the acclaimed. I do like your idea though.
I
I
want the acclaim. I think the acclaim would be awesome, but my gut's
Yeah,
telling me
cause I,
it's gonna be Young Bucks.
cause that's how I looked at it. I was like, the acclaim, get the young team up there, get the Bucks out of the title picture for a little bit.
Yeah,
Maybe them and FTR for a little bit, and let FTR take it off of them in a little bit.
yeah, I guess so. Because the FTR was kind of like a last minute throw in.
Yeah.
Because again, the Lucha Bros that were rumored to have were going to be facing the Young Bucks at Wembley.
Which, to be honest, I would have fucking been pissed at that match. The Lucha
Why?
Bros and the you talk about we've gotten FTR and the
No,
Bucks
but
so much. We've gotten Lucha Bros and the Bucks so many times. I get it.
yeah,
It'd be great matches. But I like that like a team like the Acclaimed is in here, a young team. Like, because I feel like the Acclaimed, because you don't have to let FTR take it off of them real quick, right?
yeah,
You give them time. You let them go on pay per view and face Private Party. You let them go on pay per view and face Dante Martin and what's the
Top Flight.
fucking Top Flight? Couldn't think of their tag team name. You build up this tag division, giving the young guys the belt because now it's wide open. With the Bucks, it was like they're not gonna beat the Bucks. FTR is like they're not gonna beat the Bucks, but with the Acclaimed, is not a real threat. Yeah, they beat the Bucks and they beat FTR, but it made them now. This is good. If they win, this solidifies them as a top tag team in AEW, which they are. But
Yeah,
like now, this is on paper, they're one of the top tag teams. Like as fans, we know that, but now like business side, they are a top tag team, and now you could use them to build up these younger tag teams. And when you having these younger tag teams in the storyline, you're still gonna have the Bucks and FTR in the storyline. So now you get to do matches with
yeah.
them, and you get to give them more time and help FTR and the Bucks elevate these young tag teams.
like, yeah, I definitely would have preferred the Acclaimed over the Lucha Bros. I get what you mean, but it's like we
Yeah,
haven't seen the Lucha Bros versus Young Bucks, I think, since the last time they faced was All Out 2 years ago.
yeah.
So I know they faced too many times, but it's still a refreshing match compared to
Ah,
this.
I guess
This
I
is
rather this match though.
yeah, this
Maybe
is
because
also
I
a dope
like the
match.
Acclaim more. I love the Lucha
Probably.
Bros.
Yeah.
Nothing against them, but to me, they've done everything. Like that's why I feel like they're leaving AEW. They've done everything, and
Exactly. Yeah.
they know they're with the way that AEW is built. They're not gonna be champions. They're not gonna be heavyweight champions. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're not getting that world title, and they know that, and that's why they're like, "Yo, we've done everything we could do here. Now we're
Yeah.
moving on," which
That
makes
is true.
sense. So that's why I was like, if you would give them another tag match, it would to me it would have felt like FTR and the Bucks. It would have been like, we just like again,
Yeah.
let's get these young guys in
So
here.
I
So
get it.
that's
I get
why
it for this point.
yeah, that's why I lean towards more of like I love the Acclaimed in this match. You
Yeah.
threw a
Yeah.
curveball at me. I really like your idea,
I
but
know.
I do like the idea of having the Acclaimed as champions and getting these younger tag teams on television more to fight them and actually be like, yo, anybody could beat the Acclaimed. You know what I mean? It's one of
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah. I see. I mean, I'm glad that the Acclaimed are in this match. For a split second, when FTR was inserted into this picture, I thought they were gonna win that number one contenders match, and I'm like, please, not again. You
Yeah,
know. But once they ended in a draw and they announced this match, I'm like, this is better. This is a better matchup to
yeah,
see.
I love
And
this.
it gives the like you said, it gives the Acclaim the shot to win at a big stage, to win against two veterans in the tag team business, and it solidifies them to be one of the top tag teams in wrestling, not just in AEW.
Yeah,
And so I would be so happy if the Acclaimed win. They are my number one option to win this match.
yeah, but your
But
idea was fire.
yeah, and
If that
you don't
happens, I'm all
know
for it.
yeah,
I'm all
you don't
for
know
that
what's
matchup.
gonna happen because anything can happen at any point in wrestling. I
Yeah,
think what AEW hasn't really done a lot this year was these swerve moments of like, oh shit, this person turned on that person, babyface heel, whatever.
yeah,
So a return, like, they've done great returns and debuts, but not really swerve moments.
yeah.
So, but we shall see what happens. But I do want the Acclaim to win.
I think it's more with the swerve moments they've had is more like we saw that coming. It was just a matter of time. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah,
one with Tony and Mariah. Like it was awesome. But like it was one of those that was like, when's this oh, okay, it finally happened.
yeah, yeah. So
So this
that
one will
one would be
definitely
an
be
unexpected one.
from out of left field. Yeah.
Exactly. So I do want to see that. Um,
I also thought when I saw the trios also a three-way at first, I was like, oh, one of them have to be a ladder match and this has to be it. I'm so surprised that they gave it to the trios match.
what do you mean? Oh, the ladder match?
Yeah, when they announced that they were both three ways, and then they decided to add another
Oh,
team
okay.
to make it a four-way for the trios,
Yeah,
I was like, you can't have two multi-man without having one as a stipulation. So I was like, one of them
exactly.
have to be a ladder match, and I actually thought it was gonna be this one because I was like, this is the easiest two on, you know what I mean, tag match.
Yeah.
Trios, I'm interested though.
Yeah, because that's like I
Because
said that
we've
before
never
when we were
seen it.
talking to yeah, we've never seen it. And
Yeah,
this match would have been dope as a ladder match, to be honest.
yeah,
That this would have been a lot better. But I guess they needed something. And that's why I was confused when they added a fourth team to that trios match, because it's like they didn't need a fourth trio, but you said it before that I guess needed to add an impact into the
yeah,
card some way. Um but that could have been a trio, like a three team match.
yeah.
For that card,
Because
for
they
that
were known
match.
as the wild card team, which I mess with.
Yeah,
I get it.
but
Like I like it because now like th- they have nothing to do with the story, but they could win the match. You know what I mean? And then what happens then?
unless like they're
Now you
planning
gotta
on
get creative.
doing, unless they're planning on doing that differently. Because if it's a wild card, how do you have a wild? Why even call them the wild card?
Oh,
I
because
guess.
they had the match at Collision. That's why. That was
Yeah,
what
but
that
like,
match was called. The wild card,
okay.
whatever. I don't
So
know
the
how it was between those two teams because I think it was
yeah,
them and Top Flight, right?
Top Flight and Leo Rush. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was like they were changing the rules of that match. Like, oh, I guess it's like one team at a time, or like one person
yeah,
per team at a time, and then another one enters the match, and another one.
yeah.
I don't know, but
It makes sense a
yeah,
ladder match.
yeah. But this match will be a great match. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah. I still got the Acclaim, baby.
I
Uh,
want the Acclaim too, but my heart's telling me Young
the
Bucks retain.
Bucks.
But I got Young Bucks. Next match on the card is for the TBS Championship. Monet will defend her belt against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. What are your thoughts on this feud, and who do you have winning?
You were one of four. I'm one of one. That line ridiculous. Um, I don't know. I kind of feel like they're gonna give it to Britt because Jamie's coming back. That's why I feel it's gonna be Britt. But also, you gotta take it off of Monet that quick, which
Yeah,
I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at it because she did her thing. It is what it is, and she can move on from the TBS title because I know they really want her to hold the world title.
of course, yeah.
But I think, man, I think you give this to Britt. I think this is just another. This is something that helps Britt level up. Cause that was always like, yo, imagine like Britt versus Bailey or Britt versus Sasha. Now you got it. That's a big match for her. She wins this. This is another match that solidifies her as a superstar. You know what I mean? Beating
Yeah.
Monet for the belt at a big pay per view. So that's why I think I'm gonna go with Britt. I love Mercedes though. I know people not a fan of her title run. I'm a big fan of it. I like that she's like arrogant. She got her bodyguard now. I kind of feel like she's gonna win because of her, but I'm still like on the fence.
I mean, that's what I thought too at first, was maybe because I agree with you on the title one. It's like if she loses it now, that'd be too soon for her, but also not,
Yeah,
not far
cause
fetched to have her lose it right now.
yeah,
Um, I personally want Monet to win it this match. I definitely feel like Camille is definitely gonna have some factor in this.
I feel like we're gonna
Um,
get a rematch of this, right? I feel like that's my inner feeling. That's like we're gonna get this. I feel like I'm going for Britt, but I think Monet's gonna win, and then we'll get another match down the road
I
where
think
Britt beats her.
probably I think that match will probably happen at Grand Slam, that rematch, because
I'm not mad at that.
my prediction is that Camille costs Baker the match. Monet wins it, retains. This is when Jamie Hayter returns, and
Okay.
because it's 2-on-1, basically Jamie Hayter comes
Yeah,
out. That's
that's a
a for it.
big pop.
It
That's a
would be,
big pop on a beatdown on Britt after the match. That's a big pop.
and then that sets up for a tag match at All Out just 2 weeks later, and
Okay.
then that continues the story, and then maybe I don't know how many weeks that is from All Out to Grand Slam, but then
I
that
think
kind of sets up like,
I
a
think
my
like two
rematch. I
weeks. Yeah.
probably, and then you have a Grand Slam, and that's
Ooh.
when Baker wins it.
Yeah,
So
I'm with that.
that could be a
You
possibility.
sold me, Nick. I got Monet. You sold me.
Me too, Monet.
Yeah, it makes the most
Um,
sense.
it does.
Because
I
Britt
think
needs that win. I don't think she needs it right away though. That's why,
because
like deep down, I'm like, it's gotta be Monet. Like the fan in me is just like, Britt needs this big win. She just got
yeah,
back, but I wouldn't be mad to hold off on the win, even though people would be like, "You're burying Britt, and she just got back."
yeah,
Da 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 da.
yeah. You're gonna get those fans.
Shut
Watch.
up. Shut up.
Once this match ends, and if that does happen, right? Check social media immediately. You're gonna get people
Yeah,
be like, "Why did they bury her?" Blah blah blah. You
Britt's
know,
going to the Fed.
yeah.
That's
I'm
what
like,
you're
yo,
gonna hear.
chill. Yeah, one of these two got to lose. So but the
Yeah.
thing is though, if Baker does win that Grand Slam, if that does happen, that
Mm-hmm.
also sets up a match and a feud between Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker. Um, I think Jamie Hayter would be the perfect one to beat Baker.
But
Um, you
but now
know,
they're both baby faces.
I think Jamie will turn heel. Or
Okay.
yeah, that probably
You
be
think
make
right
most
away, or
sense.
they gotta let it sit for a little bit?
They're gonna play it out a little bit.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be right away, but I think they're gonna give Britt Baker some type of a run with the belt first,
Okay.
then set up the feud. Maybe at Revolution next year. Wait, how long? How long does
Nah,
World's
World's
End?
End. Set it
Yeah, I
up
was
for
thinking
World's
World's
End.
End.
I think World's End was.
That's like 2
I
months.
I like when big matches happen at pay-per-views that are named with like big events. Like World's End last year. I like that the MJF match happened at that pay-per-view. It was like World's
Yeah.
End. What's gonna happen? It's like the new year.
Yeah.
So I think that match happens at World's End.
Yeah, that's what I think too. That's what I think. But,
Cause
yeah,
you're
World's
not.
End,
Yeah.
and then Jamie Hayter's a heel. I mean, I think that people will love her, but I think that will last for a little bit. Not saying people will turn on her immediately. It's just I
Yeah.
feel like if you give Hayter a babyface run, get her, she's been out for a while, you
Yeah.
know, so people are gonna miss her. They're gonna cheer for her at first, but then they're gonna start teasing a little bit of the turn,
Yeah.
you know. They could do Britt Baker turning on Jamie Hayter, but I don't see why she would turn on Hayter if she's a
But
champion.
but what if haters like, yo, good for you, you got the TBS title. I want that world title. I could care less about that one. I want that world title. Could happen too with that.
Maybe.
Mariah versus Jamie.
Ooh, and then they both are champions at the same time.
Mm,
And they do title for title.
that'd be kind
That's
of fire.
yeah. I got to lie. Yeah. And then like that's when Baker turns like, yeah, I wanted the world champion. How are you world champion, 2-time world
Yeah.
champion, and I'm the TBS champion.
Damn, because you could do her for you could lead up to Baker and Hater for the world title at Double or Nothing.
Or you
I know that's
could
like a year around away, but looking at the setup, you can make it happen
for one. So
without
would you say that would happen?
Double or Nothing
Oh, that's not. That's
in May.
if I'm doing the math correctly.
It's almost a year away, but
Yeah.
let's say you have Britt win at Grand Slam, right?
Yeah.
You have Jamie maybe win the title at World's End.
Yeah.
Maybe in February, that's when we get the Brit turn. And then you
Okay.
got February, March, April, May to build it up.
Okay.
Best friends, better enemies. Like you
Ooh.
got, and then that's the big match at Double or Nothing.
Yeah. That's true. That can
That's one of the
happen.
big matches. Yeah, it's been like what 2 years in the making for that match, 3 years in the
Probably more
making.
than that.
Yeah, so I think we could wait a couple more months for it.
Because
I think we'll be okay
Jamie does need to be, if she does return
if
at
she's
All
clear.
In.
Yeah, if she's
Yeah.
clear.
I think she should be by herself. Like I get it, the history between Britt and Jamie.
But I
You
don't
know,
think they'll be together. I think it'll be more of like, yo, we cool.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
we're
Like we're
cool.
friends. We hang out backstage and stuff, but like we're not a faction.
Yeah.
Both, yeah. I don't need that. I don't need them in the ring together cutting promos.
Or
No.
maybe they have a storyline to where like if Jamie comes back, Britt can say, like, "Yeah, I called her in to come through because I knew one of you were gonna attack me afterwards."
Yeah.
You know, so I called her in as backup, and then that's how they stay together for a bit
Yeah.
until
That's the
because
homie.
yeah, because like maybe Britt's like, "Oh, I don't feel comfortable now because Mercedes has Camille. Other people may
Yeah.
attack me with other people." And that's where it's like Jamie's like, "Oh, you're using me as a bodyguard? I don't want to be a
Yeah.
bodyguard. I'm a former world champ, just like you are. I should be by myself." And that's when you do like a babyface turn in
To
a
be
way.
honest, I think they might do babyface versus babyface when they fight each other.
That could happen.
Because I don't
That
think
can
you
also happen.
need. To be honest, I don't think you need to turn Britt. I think you could have Britt just win a number one contenders match, and then it's like, yo, shake hands,
Yeah.
let the better woman win, and then as that goes on, we see heel tendencies, but not
Like
fully turning heel by Britt.
how Swerve and Osprey was this year at Forbidden Door.
Yes,
It was like none of
yes,
them were the heel basically. People were
yeah.
cheering for both. So it was like,
Like Swerve was throwing jabs here and there, but he the heel he was supposed to be, but not really.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe you do something like that.
Because it'll be weird to do a story if they're not throwing jabs at each other. Imagine
Yeah.
they're complimenting each other as baby faces the entire time. It's like, what
No,
are you
yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Yeah. So they probably gotta do that to do a friendly face off
Yeah,
at some point.
it's gonna be like, yeah, you were champion before, but you never fought me. That's gonna be
Yeah.
the whole thing. You never fought me.
Yeah. And I'm glad you won the number one contender spot because now we
Yeah,
are facing off.
yeah.
You
Now I
know?
could prove that I'm better than you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like little things like that. That's like, oh, okay. You're not
Yeah. Yeah.
healed,
Yeah.
but okay, all right. I see what you
Yeah.
said. I see what you did there.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm with you. I got Monet now. I'm with you.
Yeah. I feel like Monet's got to retain it here.
Yeah.
Um, does she need to win it and hold it for much longer? No, but it's storytelling, so
Yeah.
there's story to this.
And also it helps with the story with her and Camille too, with her
Oh,
being
of
the
course, yeah,
bodyguard.
and yeah, because it definitely gives Camille some extra,
Yeah. Some
power
things
to
you and
her.
Sean love. Yeah.
Exactly. It wouldn't be as useful if she doesn't interfere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So it has to happen. But yeah, I got Monet too. I got Monet winning it.
Monet.
Next match on the card is for the AEW American or International Championship. MJF defends his title against Will Ospreay. Um, I don't know who to. I mean,
Hold up, before we even get into this, that promo yesterday, going back and forth,
yeah,
ridiculous.
it
With
was.
Osprey talking about Tony Khan told me to have a
How's the
great match.
favorite?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he can't count on his champion. To MJF bringing up his wife about having his
Um.
next kid. That was crazy. You
Yeah.
know what?
God, that was a.
I'm with it, man. I think this is gonna be a I think this is gonna be a great match.
It is going to be one.
I It makes sense for Osprey to win though, right?
Yeah. Um. The thing is, I personally want MJF to retain it.
Mm-hmm.
That's because the thing is like based off of last night's Dynamite.
Okay.
It seemed I don't know, AEW doesn't really do this. I don't really pay attention to this in AEW, but like WWE when they do like the last minute like who got the upper advantage last minute, they typically lose.
Yeah.
Um MJF got the upper hand. We saw Danielson go up to Osprey at the end of the show. It's like use it, do it.
Do
The
it.
Tiger Driver.
Yeah.
So it seems like everyone's gonna be rooting for Osprey. He's gonna use it. He's gonna win it. It's gonna be a big moment in his home country. Um, but I personally love this gimmick that MJF is portraying, and although I love it, I think, and I love Osprey, and I understand after this week's Dynamite, it seems like he might have an upper or higher chance of
Yeah.
winning this. I don't want this MJF character to finish right now. I feel like it should go on and continue much longer than what it is. I mean, I feel like down the road, maybe Osprey would win it back, or Osprey
Yeah.
would go up to something else to win something else. But I think with MJF winning in Osprey's home country with this gimmick, it's gonna give him even more heat than what he's already getting.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he needs right now is more heat than what he has already. And he just came back. I think losing at this stage, this big of a stage, I don't think he needs that. If it was that all out, okay, I understand. It wouldn't be that big of a deal for him to lose.
Yeah.
But this is a big stage, regardless of who's from this country or not.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big stage for MJF and with this character that he's portraying. And I don't think he should lose it. So I have him winning and retaining it. At least for a little bit longer. Not for too much longer, but for a
Yeah.
little bit longer. And he's good. So I got MJF winning.
I got MJF. I think that's the guy who should win.
Yeah.
I love Osprey. I think he's amazing, but I don't think he needs this belt right now. He don't need this belt right now.
Mm-mm.
And him losing does nothing. It doesn't hurt him.
Yeah.
MJF, on the other hand, taking a loss right now, I think it hurts him a little bit. Especially right now that he's doing this whole USA run and he's defending the belt in Mexico. He went to UK and defended it.
Yeah.
Give him a little bit more with this run. Give him a little bit more. Maybe
Yeah.
you take it off of him at I think even Grand Slam is early, but maybe like a Grand Slam
Or Wrestle
or
Dream.
or a Wrestle Dream. But I think you keep this on him for a little bit.
He
And
does need
I'm
this.
gonna throw a curveball at you. I think
Ooh.
he wins by interference. I
Who?
think Fletcher's gonna cost Osprey the match.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a curveball, but I don't know how I would feel
Yeah,
about that.
I think that's gonna be it. I think the way they've been presenting Fletcher is a superstar, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. The way they've been presenting him on TV. He's looked great. He's no lackey no more. That might be his best friend, but homie, now you coming for the top spot, and that's the same spot I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good. I think that's gonna be it. More to get Osprey away from titles right now.
Probably. Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Especially I think threw him right in, and then threw him right in the title picture.
Because the thing is, like going back to Forbidden Door, I think there were reports saying that it was his idea to face Swerve, just that way, like it's not like a misperception that he's gonna win the title when he gets into
Yeah,
it. So I think maybe it's his idea to lose this match, so
yeah.
that
Give
way,
him
like you
a
said, he's not always in a title picture every time.
yeah,
But I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about Osprey and Fletcher because maybe it's because I don't want to be in the I love Aussie Open and uh the United Empire, and I kind of want to see them reunite
but
when Mark Davis comes back.
you can still do that down the line. Like you can still do that down the line and be like, yo, like you have him and Osprey have like a promo in the ring. Like I, Callis got into my mind. He told me he was gonna take me. He was gonna give me the world. I believed him, so I stabbed you in the. You know what I mean? You could
Yeah,
get back to them being a team together. But I think right now, because then it also gives Osprey no opponents. Because now you can also give me Osprey and Takeshita. You know what I mean? Like
yes,
that's a good
please.
match. You know what I mean? Now
Yeah,
he
we
has
saw
to
that
go through
already, and it
the
was a great match.
yeah. So now
Yeah,
he has to go through the whole list. You know what I mean? But you put them on pay per view. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
That's a different story. So I think that's a way to get him out of the title picture. But also, I'm with you 100%. MJF, I think, is killing it with this run, and I think he deserves to hold it for a little bit more.
yeah. I think he's probably gonna lose like with the ring or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like predictable if Osprey wins in his hometown. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
kind of like okay,
because
so it's like
Osprey's
that's what everybody's looking for.
yeah. Osprey, from what we've seen, Osprey's a very humble guy. He knows that not everything should be on him because he was this big man attraction this year. You know,
Yeah,
so he know. Yes, he lost at Forbidden Door. He's been losing a lot. He lost the title in that way of finish and against MJF. And I know it'll be like a lot of losses this year, but he could gain it all back. It's
yeah,
Will Ospreay. Like after the Swerve loss and after this MJF loss, he's still a star, one of the biggest
yeah.
names there.
They're
So
credible losses. That's why.
exactly.
They're credible losses. It's not that he's just losing to, sorry to throw him under the bus, but like Evil Uno. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
they're
I know what you
credible.
mean. Yeah,
You know, yeah, like they're credible and
yeah,
they're champions. So it was like okay, he lost a former champion and to a heavyweight and the world champion. So like can't really say
yeah.
nothing. That's why like him losing to MJF in that fashion makes sense. I think he's still gonna be the person to take it off MJF, but I think you gotta get him away from this for a little bit. Let MJF
Unless
fight with somebody else for like 2 months, and
unless
then
they
let
do,
Osprey win like a number one contenders match.
yeah.
Do
Unless they
something
do
like that.
something to, where like Fletcher does cost Osprey the match, but it's like he didn't. You could tell by his facial reactions that he didn't want to. Like
Yeah,
Don Callis made him do it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, um, it's like yeah, that could be a way to do it. Like yeah,
yeah,
Don Callis maybe, but he regrets it once he did it,
yeah.
and then that
Exactly, something
leads
like that. And it's like, yo, he promised me all of this.
yeah, but it didn't happen.
He told me, look what he did for Kenny, and I believed it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like I wanted that so badly,
yeah,
but yeah, I let that go to my head, and
yeah,
I apologize.
exactly.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
like I wouldn't be mad at Osprey won, but I do think he needs to get away from the title for a little
he
bit.
does, he
So
does.
in that sense, he needs to lose.
Yeah, it's makes sense, and again, the heat that MJF will get with this gimmick in
Yeah,
England, that'll be the right decision to make him win it.
or maybe maybe you take a chance.
Into what?
Maybe you take a chance with MJF and you let him lose that Grand Slam.
I guess so, but I don't know.
I mean, you
Or Wrestle
maybe
Dream the latest, probably.
yeah, because you gotta remember Garcia's still in this picture. Whether he's
Mhm.
there or not, he's still in that picture. I also think he might be someone that cost one of them the matches.
I
If
mean,
he's not in that
unless
gauntlet. If he's not in that gauntlet, this is where he's returning. Now, who
probably.
does he help? That's a question.
I mean, because MJF technically beat him down, right?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So I don't know why he would help MJF. You know,
Yeah.
unless like they do get like a rematch, and then at Grand Slam, that's when Garcia returns, and that's when MJF loses. But you would also want to beat MJF for the belt.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like that'll be the thing. Garcia returns to help to attack MJF, but it's for the belt. Um,
Okay.
and he
Maybe after the
that's a future
match? You
match.
think after the match? You
Um,
have Fletcher and
not
Osprey in
not
the ring, and then as MJF is walking up the ramp or something, he gets attacked.
yeah.
I'm down with that.
All of a sudden, like MJF's at the top, and then you just hear Garcia's music, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit, he's here. He didn't
Yeah.
resign. You heard the rumors,
Uh
you
huh.
heard the buzz, but he's here.
Damn, there's so many
Um,
fucking.
but
There's so
they
many
don't rush
options
into
with
it though.
this.
They don't
Yeah.
rush
Oh
into it.
yeah,
They
I
just
feel you on that.
they wait till after Grand Slam to build it up. It's like but you have like Garcia be like, "Yo, I want to face him soon," but Tony Khan's like, "Nah, you were attacked. You're not medically cleared."
Yeah.
You know, they play into that story. It's like you're still not clear by doctors, and they wait till like WrestleMania to do it. I don't know, or at Grand Slam,
Damn, this
but
match is interesting because they could go either way.
it could, it could, it could,
I'm
but
gonna still go with MJF.
okay,
I'm gonna still go with MJF.
me too. I'm gonna stay with MJF.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next match on the card is for the AEW Women's World Championship. Timeless Tony Storm defending her belt against Mariah May.
Can I ask you a question? I
Yeah,
love Tony, but do we're gonna have this convo?
yeah, it's Mariah May. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Mariah. Yeah,
it's
it's
Mariah.
Mariah. I love
There's,
Tony, but it's time. It's time.
it is time. No pun intended. It is time.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I love the character for Tony Storm, but I don't think that they built this story up for when was it? November when Mariah May debuted last year,
Yeah.
some point. Almost a year for this story to happen. You're gonna have Mariah May lose.
Yeah.
That's kind of like
No, yeah,
that's not gonna go well with
yeah,
fans.
it's definitely this is definitely her shining moment.
This is.
This is her shining moment.
This is gonna be like the solidification of her being the face of the women's division,
Yeah.
to where like she beats Tony Storm cleanly. It's not like a fluke win. She beat her clean. Maybe she does get Tony Storm does get a rematch down the line. She can't be here the second time, and it's like, damn, Mariah May beat Tony Storm twice clean.
Yeah.
That's a big ass statement right there to have her behind.
No, yeah,
And yeah,
big time.
this is definitely not like, I mean, yes, she is from England. I get it. But this is not going to be a moment to where like they gave it to her because she's from there, like
No,
Soraya
yeah.
last year. You know what I mean?
No, no shot.
Mariah May deserves it, and it will make sense if she beats, even if it's not in England, London. It's still she deserves it. And it's the right time to do it.
Yeah. It makes total sense for her to have this belt.
Yeah.
And Tony's
So
had a great run.
yeah,
It's time for her to give it up. Put over the
exactly,
next superstar.
exactly. You need the face of the division, and this is the right person to do that. So
Exactly. Yeah, Mariah.
yeah,
This
Mariah.
was the easiest one, yeah.
Yeah, if they give it to Tony Stone, I'll be shocked. But
Yeah, I would be like, what the fuck?
yeah,
Okay. Damn, you
yeah,
really want that Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter match, I guess.
yeah. I'm not gonna be mad at it, but like
I wouldn't
it's
be mad at it either, but
yeah,
you could get there a different
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, Mariah May. There's no other discussion for that.
Yeah, Mariah.
Um, so then it leads to the last match of the night
Okay.
for the AEW World Championship title versus career. The final countdown: Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson. Um, what do you think is happening here?
I'm so pumped for this main event.
Yeah,
I'm so pumped. Like, there hasn't been, now that I think about it, like with both companies, hasn't been a bad main event. But I don't know. There's just something. Maybe it's the build up. Maybe it's the stakes of it. And I know that they're both gonna go out there and kill it. And I'm just so hyped for this. I I don't know, man. How are you feeling about this match? Are you as hyped as I am,
I'm
or are
very
you
hyped
like
about this. I
okay?
am. I'm just not just because of the outcome. I just feel like the wrestling itself. I'm hyped for it. The story
Yes.
has been great and phenomenal for this. To build this up as Danielson's potentially last match.
Yes.
Um, so they've been building it up great. This last night's promo was amazing.
Oh
Between
man.
the both of them, they made it
Yeah.
personal.
I
In
mean,
terms of who, go ahead,
last
sorry.
week telling him he was gonna cripple him in front of his daughter.
Yeah, that was insane.
It's a little
That
rough,
was
man.
insane. But in terms of who I want to win this match, I feel like I think it's gonna be Danielson. Um,
Okay.
I didn't want to say it before, but I feel like the reason why we talked about it earlier with us saying Darby Allen be in the picture. I do think Danielson versus Darby Allen in Washington could be the main event of Wrestle Dream.
Okay.
I know Wrestle Dream is in Tacoma, Washington, which is where Swerve is from. So um, it could be either or, yes, but I feel like Danielson putting over a young wrestler from Seattle, Washington, in Washington, would be the best way for Danielson to go out as well.
No, yeah, a
So
thousand percent.
I know Wembley Stadium, the biggest crowd this year, would be probably like everyone's dream last match for Danielson, but it's Danielson's career. He decides when he
Yes.
wants to go out. And I think if he wants to put over a fellow Washington native, let him do that at Wrestle Dream in the main event with someone who's the up and coming. Yes, Swerve is up and coming. He's a star already, but Darby Allin was one of the pillars and never really got a shot. Um, so it'll make sense to give it to Darby Allin for that at Wrestle Dream.
Okay. I actually think that's a great idea having Brian put somebody over from Washington State, but I
Yeah.
think it's happening in Wembley. I think
Mm.
Brian's going down on his back.
I wouldn't be
I
surprised though too.
I think I don't know because like we all know like he's gone at the end of the year.
Yeah.
He's getting that surgery. Which shout out to him. He needs it.
Yes.
I think this is where he closes it out. I don't want it to be. Cause I'm holding on to that give me Brian and Nigel.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I feel like you could do, but you can't now because Brian is Brian. Once he put his career on the line, that's I don't see him as a Ric Flair. I think once
Yeah.
he's done, he's done. I think he'll be around. You know what I mean? Doing
Yeah.
maybe manager stuff, maybe commentary. He's gonna be around because he says he wants to help AEW. Um, I think if you're gonna put somebody over, you put Swerve over. I think Swerve deserves this big win. If you're gonna give it to anybody, right? If you're gonna give it to
Yeah.
anybody, but again, Swerve has had a great title run. You could take it off of him because of again, I'm not a big fan of like long ass title runs. So I think he's had a decent amount of time. When did he win it? Was it
April
April?
Dynasty. Yeah.
Okay, so it's been a little long, a little minute. I think it's okay for him to take this L to Brian and lose the belt, but I think you gotta get the rematch in at Washington. I think you gotta give him that rematch. There's no way you
Uh,
can give him the rematch at All In, and Darby's already set for a rematch. I mean, for a title shot.
Yeah. I mean,
So
unless
maybe
like they
he's the one that's sitting around waiting to see who he's gonna fight at Wrestle Dream.
who
Swerve.
swear. Okay.
Like if Brian beats him, I think he's gonna demand that title shot, or he's gonna win something that gives him that title shot again.
Unless like what they do is they have a point in this match where like Danielson just starts like something in his mind just clicks where it's like he just goes all in and no pun intended, but rampage. He just starts
Ah,
like attacking
rampage.
him. You
Yeah.
know, maybe super kicking him in the face. One last time. And then that causes like Swerve to be out of action for a bit.
Okay.
And for not like forever, but like until Wrestle Dream happens. So that way it's like, yeah, you caused me to be out for about a month. Um, Now I want my title back, and I want to put you out forever.
Yeah.
Even though kind of sounds like a repeat between this one, um, the storyline, but until they unless they do something to where, like I said, just have him be out of action for a bit to come back and get that rematch for the belt, and he wins it back.
Yeah.
And then it's
Damn,
like,
I don't know, man. Because I really
yeah,
want to see Swerve win.
me
I'm
too.
loving this title run. I think he's been doing incredible. He really reinvented himself.
He
Because I
has.
remember 3 years ago, I was trashing him on this podcast when him and
Yeah,
Keith Lee won those tag belts. Because that shit was ridiculous. And I'll still tell you that shit was a trash ass call. They should
yeah,
have never been champions.
never.
But for him to prove me wrong, right, and become this star, and
Yeah,
it's like, bro, like this is because Swerve, I don't count him as a WWE guy.
not really, because
I
he
count
barely
him as
had
an
time there.
AEW guy.
Yeah, he
Like I
barely
look
had
at
time
him
there.
as a product of AEW. Now that doesn't mean he won't go to WWE down the line, but I
Yeah,
look at him right now because this wasn't him in NXT.
no,
This
not
was
even
not
close.
him. This wasn't his character. Because even when he came in at the beginning, it was kind of like the hit roll Swerve. And
Yeah,
I think that's why it rubbed me the wrong way because it was like, it didn't work over there. Why are you trying to bring it over here and make it work? It's
because
not
like he
working.
he is technically making his own music, but you know,
Yeah, it just, the way that he was going about it, it didn't work. Then they gave him Prince Nine, gave him a little crew.
yeah,
He started cutting more. They gave him more mic time. And then that's when I was like, whoa, Swerve could like cook on the mic.
he
And
could.
then they were
Yeah,
giving him more time in the ring and was like, whoa, I haven't seen this since Indie Swerve. Swerve could go. I
yeah,
forgot about that.
yeah,
So it
yeah,
was all, so that's why I look at him as an AEW guy. So I look at this main event, I'm like, this is the perfect time for him to put over a young upcoming AEW star. This is it. This
yeah.
is the time.
I
But
guess so.
it to see him go down and just retire is crazy.
I know, I know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about
So
it
I feel like he
if he
has to win.
does.
I'm gonna still pick Swerve as like a fan, but deep down I want Brian to win because I don't want to see him retire.
Me neither.
I feel like at least with him winning it and maybe losing it down the road, and then leaving for his neck surgery, and maybe if he wants to come back here and there, maybe he does the All In. Maybe he's the taker of All In. He has one match a year, All In.
Probably. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting to see how they go about this. But
Yeah.
we also have to remember this is all Brian's decision. Whether he wins or he loses, this is Brian. Well,
Exactly.
I don't think he wanted to put the title on himself. I think it was more of like Tony wants to give him
You
like a
deserve it, kind of
proper,
thing.
yeah, which he
Yeah.
does.
He does.
He
Yeah.
does. And that's a cool moment because he's no, he never held TNA. I was gonna say he's held every like major
No.
promotion.
I don't think has he been in TNA.
No. That's why I was
No.
gonna say it and I was like, wait, hold up.
Yeah,
No,
he
that's
hasn't been
not
in
right.
TNA.
Yeah.
Every play. I
But
mean, what about Japan? How about New Japan? I feel like
no.
so.
But I
Just
was thinking more in the
WWE.
States. But yeah, it
Oh
was just
yeah, yeah,
WWE and AEW now.
yeah.
But that's
And Ring of
still,
Honor.
yeah, Ring of Honor. That's still a big moment. Which shout out to the, did you see the video they played for Brian?
The Green Day song. Yeah, I saw that. I'm
Had
like,
me all in my feels. I was
I
like,
know. I was like,
I
come
kind of want
on.
to win that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I was like, don't play this now. Like, wait
Yo,
till.
go.
Yeah, I
Come
know.
on, man.
At least wait till after All In so we know where it's happening. But I guess that's part of the story to make us think he's going,
Yeah,
and then he's
I'm
actually gonna win.
nervous, man, because I think he might be. I don't know. It's up in the air
Uh,
because, like with Brian, I look at him as an old school guy. I look at him
yeah,
like a Taker, like a Cena, like those guys, like a Stone Cold. They go out on their back. They go out
exactly.
losing. Stone
Yeah,
Cold only won his last match because he came back.
yeah,
Undertaker
uh,
only won his last match because they didn't think that was gonna be his last match during COVID.
yeah.
You know
That
what I
is
mean?
true.
Like if you think about all the legends go out on their back. So I look at Brian as somebody that has that old school mentality. That if it was a time to go out on your back, it's title versus career.
You also got to think about it too. There were reports like within the past week or so that he did trademark the yes chant.
Yes.
So why would he trademark that if he's not staying around for a bit longer?
That
I
is
think
true.
I think that he trademarked it because maybe that's gonna be his last thing he's gonna do is start the Yes Chance, bring that back, and then retire.
Wait, so time out. Did WWE like not re up on that? Did
I
they
guess not.
just
And they
slip and
should have. That's
they
one of their
slip it?
biggest.
They
Yeah,
always, even with new management, they letting shit slip through the
yeah.
cracks. Remember when Cody bought all of those pay per views and then he traded them for his last
And then
name?
he bought it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say he bought his last name
It's
back. I'm
like
like,
how
come
you
on.
traded that?
Yeah,
Wild. So they always letting shit like fall through the cracks.
I know.
Man, keep
That's
those copyrights,
yeah,
guys. Because what if
yeah.
now this guy leaves AEW and you want to bring him back for like Hall of Fame or something,
That's what
or
I'm
like an
thinking.
event? He got the rights to that. You can't even sell merch because guess what? He gets 100% of it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
'Cause what are your thoughts
Well,
on
not
that? 'Cause
100, but
what are your thoughts on him being in Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Fame next year? Do you think it's a possibility?
uh, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I don't. It depends on how he left. No one knows how he left.
Yeah,
Everyone knows that Edge left on a high note. You know what I mean? We don't know about Brian, but Brian also, I feel like, kind of left on a high note. He wasn't like disgruntled or anything. It was just his contract came up,
yeah,
and around that time, that shit was rough in WWE. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, I think they could give it to him. I don't know if it will happen though, because I low key think after he retires, he's signing with AEW
yeah. Probably.
as a booker or produce something.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a backstage guy for sure.
I
Kind of
think
like how you see now with a lot of the old school guys in WWE being backstage. He's gonna be the first of like the AEW crowd to be like, we finally have vets in the back now giving
yeah.
advice and stuff.
I think that whenever he Danielson does retire, I think he's probably gonna just like chill, not travel with AEW, get his neck surgery,
Yeah.
spend time with his family. Then once he's ready, maybe like maybe he returns that next year all in. He may be out for a couple of months.
Yeah.
But I do think he deserves a lot of time to spend with family, get the neck surgery done, take care of himself first, then he
Oh
comes
yeah,
back.
100%, 100%.
Because yes, I know he loves the business. He's definitely seems like he's gonna be an AEW for life for going forward, at least for
Yeah.
going forward. Um, so he's definitely gonna most likely gonna resign with them.
Yeah, and that's a good thing because
Yeah,
you only have TV twice a week.
yeah.
You
So he
don't
doesn't have
gotta
to.
be at house events. You don't gotta be at, you know what I mean? Like it's not
Yeah,
the crazy travel. Like I know a
exactly.
lot of people look at the two companies and are like, why don't they just go to WWE? Some people are older. Look at FTR. They're getting older and they're like, we don't want to travel like that. Like
Yeah,
I'd rather travel twice a week, do my matches, and I'm healthy.
and Danielson
Like
doesn't even have to show up every week.
no,
Maybe like
yeah.
once a month.
Unless he's like a backstage guy, unless he's working backstage and he really wants to, he don't
Yeah,
have to.
yeah.
But again, who knows if he even wants to do that? It just right now it
We're
makes
guessing
sense because
this.
of the way that yeah, it's the guess because it's like he's been helping Tony so much that it's like he's gotta help him. You know what I mean? Like, and he keeps saying I want to help AEW. Kind of makes sense for
Yeah,
him to be a backstage guy. But
yeah.
I'm gonna go with Swerve on this. I'm gonna take a curveball. I'm gonna go with Swerve on this.
I'm gonna stick with Danielson because
Okay.
I think he might win it. I
I
have a strong feeling.
listen. I'm not mad at Danielson,
Yeah,
but I just feel like this beating Brian and putting him down. That's a big win. That's a big like
that is. That is.
yeah. That's a big
Yeah,
moment for Swerve. Yeah, people
that.
will hate him, but that helps him out even more. Because he's supposed to be a heel, but he's a tweener because everybody loves him.
Yeah,
If he
he
takes
was a
Brian
heel,
out,
maybe.
if he takes Brian
Goddamn.
out, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big ass moment for his career.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm gonna say Dan. I think he's gonna win the title. I think he's
Uh,
gonna.
I got
I don't think
Swerve.
it's
I'm
gonna
not
be
mad
a
at Brian.
long.
I'm not mad at that.
It's not gonna be a long length title reign. It's probably gonna be like 2 3 months. That's it, and then he's
Yeah.
done. But I think they're gonna give it to him. They're gonna like here's for a career type of thing.
Listen, I'm not mad at that, man. I'm not mad
Yeah,
at that. But I think if he does lose it in 2 months, it has to be the Swerve again.
yeah.
You gotta get Swerve this win over Brian. At
Oh,
least
of
one.
course, of course. Yeah.
I'm gonna
That
stick
was
with Swerve
all.
though. Yeah.
That was all the matches. took us almost an hour and a half. So, um,
That's a crazy ass card.
it is. I'm
Like
excited for
now
it.
going through it and watching
Yeah,
every match, you're like, oh my god.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And
The only bathroom break is the FTW.
the FTW belt. Yes,
Is
that's
that
the
on the
only.
main card?
I think so.
Cool,
I
cool,
think
cool.
so.
They need it there. They need it there.
Yeah, it's
They
gonna
know
be a
what they're
wild
doing.
card, so they had to have a bathroom break at some point.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm
Damn.
excited for it. That was the entire card
Yeah,
of
it's gonna be fire.
All In.
Oh man.
Now how excited are you after we did the predictions?
Oh, I'm even more hyped.
Yeah, me too.
Now there's so many possibilities and shit. You brought
Yeah.
shit up, and I'm like, you right. That could be a smart thing to do.
And we don't know. We could be
Yeah.
completely wrong. Other things may happen and be like, oh shit, this happened.
Oh man, I just
Um,
can't wait, bro.
me neither. Me
I
neither.
can't wait. And if you
Uh,
made it all the way through, shout out to you, man.
exactly. Yeah.
Shout
Shout out
out
to
to
y'all.
you.
Shout out to everyone who's made it this far. Be if you're in Queens, New York, by the way, and if you want to come through and watch it with us, All
Yes,
In,
sir.
we'll be at Cafe Bar and Bistro. That's the name of the full bar.
Yeah, I think
I
so. Don't
believe
worry, we'll
so.
post it. We'll post
Yeah.
it.
So if you want to come chill with us, watch All In. Obviously, it's going to be starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes,
So
sir.
come through,
Pull up.
chill with us, and watch All In. Great wrestling.
Yeah.
But yeah, once again, I am Nick. With me is my co-host Joel, episode 173 of the Ring Fanatics podcast, and we will see you guys next time.
Catch you.